Hi there from me, Brent Graham of Goodforthegame.co.za, and welcome to this betting preview of Stage 3 of the Tour de France. A reminder that you can get a refund for second place at World Sports Betting. There are terms and conditions on site, and it was one we took advantage of in Stage 2, where it was Wout van Aert who ran second, and we managed to get our stake back on that one at least. Anyway, let's wrap up what happened in Stage 2. We're in for another thrilling stage. I mean, if you think about it, these first two stages of the Tour de France, you've had the likes of Pogacar finishing third. I mean, here's a contender and two-time winner of the Tour de France in the early stages. This is not something I can recall happening. I know in 2021, we had some pretty tough stages to begin with, but they're the tough sprinters like Alaphilippe and Van der Poel were able to take the stages. This has been sort of GC battles from the word go. It's been absolutely incredible to watch. And on the Stage 2 preview, I mentioned the ride of Victor Lafay. Well, we didn't have to wait long for him to pop back up again. He attacked a select group of riders with a kilometre to go. He certainly took the Jumbo-Visma guys off guard there, and he managed to hold on and get the win ahead of Van Aert and Pogacar, who picked up another few bonus seconds over his great rival, Vingegaard, there finishing third. There was a decent performance as well from Pidcock, and we'll talk about him a little bit later. But that was the outcome there. As far as the general classification goes, not a lot of change, although we've got Yates now leading Pogacar. We'll just have a quick look at the latest betting there. I'm going to bring it up on World Sports Betting, certainly make it a bit bigger so you guys can see it there. So we've got Pogacar now. It's quite interesting. He's firmed into 9-10 favourite ahead of Vingegaard at 23-20. Still very little to choose between the pair on the betting front. Just have a quick look at the other jerseys. There's not a lot to look at here. We've got Philipsen, still the green jersey favourite at even money. There's been very little movement in this market at the moment because, well, frankly, the sprinters haven't had much of a role to play in the Tour. King of the Mountains, Pogacar has shortened. He, of course, picked up those points at the top of the final Cat 2 to climb today, where he also managed to pick up the 8 bonus seconds. And I guess if he's picking up points early in the Tour and with a big final week of climbs, well, yeah, 7-2 may not be the worst price about Pogacar there, but he's certainly not going to be aiming for it. Finally, the team classification, we have Ineos and Bahrain disputing favoritism there. But let's get onto the Stage 3 now. Just before we run into that, I've got a couple of things to discuss. First of all, if you are watching the show and you do enjoy it, hit the subscribe button and give us a like. It really does help the channel. You can also subscribe to our Good for the Game weekly betting newsletter down below. But let's get into the questions now. The first one I have, and I was thinking about the stage afterwards, and I saw a couple of tweets. Should Vingegaard have worked for Wout van Aert there should he have helped chase down Victor Lafay? Because he was in there as well. You could see that the other Jumbo-Visma guys were absolutely shot. They'd worked hard. Vingegaard hadn't done that much other than battle Pogacar up the final climb there. And could he have helped Wout van Aert to get across to Lafay? On the other hand, should Wout van Aert just have jumped onto Lafay's wheel himself? The problem there is that he would have taken Pogacar to the line. Pogacar would likely have beaten him in the sprint, so that wouldn't have been great for the team. But I thought about this, and the more I think about it, I think Vingegaard actually a little bit selfish in not getting involved in helping Wout van Aert. And you could see Van Aert was very, very sort of frustrated at the end that he lost out on that stage. And I think that, and this is my personal opinion, that if Pogacar had been in a similar situation, he probably would have done a bit of work, done the lead out for his teammate to win the stage. I can't say that for sure, though, but my feeling is that Vingegaard is perhaps focused just a bit too heavily on Pogacar at the moment, and he certainly could have done quite a bit for team morale if he had worked for Van Aert there. But anyway, what's done is done. A great win for Lafay. But that's now talking about Jumbo-Visma. But UAE, why did they work so hard on the stage? I really thought they might be quite happy to lose the yellow jersey together, but they certainly worked hard to keep the break in check. And then at the end of the day, Pogacar managed to get third, but were they riding for him to try and win the stage, or were they just protecting the yellow jersey? I'm not sure about the answer to that, but I do think that they're putting themselves at risk doing so much work early in the Tour. I think if they had sat back, there would have been plenty of other teams that would have come forward to do the work. You know, they could have maybe stepped off the gas a little bit sooner. Okay, those are today's questions or the thoughts to ponder, but let's get into the actual stage itself now. We've got 193.5 kilometers and a pretty tough beginning. We've got a Cat 3 climb here, 4.1 kilometers at just on about the 7K mark that it gets kicking up there. We've got another Cat 4 and a Cat 3, and then round about the halfway point, we've got a Cat 3, 4.6 kilometers at 6.3%. So you can see this stage is very much weighted in terms of difficulty towards the first half of the stage. And that is going to be good news for the sprinters, because the sprinters haven't had a say yet. There's no doubt they're going to be absolutely desperate to make this one a bunch finish. That being said, I'd be very surprised if it's a full bunch finish. This is a hard enough stage where some of the sprinters may struggle to be there at the end. We've also got a couple of little climbs here near the end. I mean, let's call them sort of hills really more than anything else, but they could be launch pads to certainly either put sprinters under pressure if it's been a hard stage, or even perhaps for a solo breakaway. And you'll see the way I've spread my staking plan today. I'm sort of trying to cover a few of the different options there. What's going to happen in terms of the break? That will be interesting. You know, this Cat 3 climb comes quite early, so in theory, quite a strong break would get away. But I think the fact that everybody knows that the sprinter teams are going to be hungry for this one means that we'll get a break go even before that climb. You know, we'll probably get a break go straight away. It'll probably be the weakest break we've had so far. As I think a lot of even the stronger riders just realize they could be on a hiding to nothing by getting into the break. So I'm expecting a sort of a more traditional Tour de France early stage here with a weakish break getting away and the sprinters teams controlling it all the way through. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get some action in the last 20, 30 kilometers that puts some of the heavier sprinters under pressure. Right then, what are my bets going to be for this stage? Well, I'm going in again with Van Aert. He was very frustrated today. One thing I didn't mention yet about the stage is that the final 500 meters rise by about 3% as well. So it's nothing that's going to really destroy any of the sprinters that are left, but it is going to favor the really stronger sprinters, and there's no doubt that Van Aert is one of those. He would have been hell of a disappointed today. I'm giving him another chance. He didn't lose us anything today. We got our money back there with World Sports Betting, and I'm waiting in the game 2 units on Van Aert to win at 9-1. He's the sort of rider who's going to want to come straight back and win the stage. So that's Van Aert at 9-1. And in fact, I'll just we've had a look at the outright betting on that already. I'll just take the stage betting from what I've got here. Then I'm giving this man another chance. Gamay, that climb today, I definitely, and it was pointed out to me at the bottom of the preview, I underestimated that climb. You know, for Gamay to have made it over there, and Philipsen for that matter, that climb would really have had to be ridden almost at tempo, and it was just too hard for them. But there should be nothing tomorrow that Gamay is concerned about, and he's a good sprinter on a gradual uphill finish as well. So I'll give him a good chance. He is threatening to be my sort of bogey man, if I could say, of the tour, because this will be the third stage in a row I'm having something on him, so it's time for him to start delivering the goods. But he's a tough rider. I've got him for the green jersey. He's definitely interested in that green jersey. It'll be nice if he can get himself a stage win and really get into the hunt. Right, now I'm going for some real long shots. Let's start here. Pidcock, 300-1. Okay, I'm taking this one at a sunbet. I'm going a quarter unit here. Pidcock looked pretty decent today, and he's the type of guy who might just try something in the last few kilometers and get away. I mean, we saw Lefay get away from what was admittedly a small bunch today. But that's the sort of thing I could see Pidcock doing, you know, with 10 kilometers to go. He's got quite a good sprint on him as well, so he might even try and mix it in the sprint. I don't think he's fast enough to beat any of the top sprinters, though. So this would really be from some sort of a late break. So Pidcock to win there, 300-1. I'm then going for strong. He's a guy who's shown quite a lot of potential of late. I didn't put a price in there, but I can tell you that it's 300-1 as well. I'll quickly put that in. So I'm going 300-1. But I mean, obviously, I'm going quarter unit here. Certainly won't be doing damage on any of these lads. And then the final one, and this will probably have a few of you shaking your heads, but once again, look at the price. I'm going a quarter unit. Pogacar is also 300-1, by the way. I'm going for him to go in the top 3. You know, if the stage for any reason is ridden really, really hard towards the end tomorrow, it wouldn't put it past me if there's maybe a smaller group of 60 or 70 that come to the line. It would not surprise me if Pogacar has a go and tries to pick up more bonus seconds. So I'm going for him top 3 at 100-1. That's it for this stage 3 preview. I look forward to your company for stage 4, and let's hope we can make those bookies pay in stage 3.